let's turn to a story about a Chinese supermodel and some of the outrage at her New Year message. We got Kerry Allen from BBC Monitoring, who takes a look at the world's media to explain it. Let's listen.
This is the supermodel Liu Wen. She's big in China. She's also big internationally. She was in the Victoria's Secret show last year. And she posted a picture on Instagram yesterday which said Happy Lunar New Year. And it was a picture of her with the businesswoman Wendy Deng. And a lot of people were saying, oh, Happy New Year, blah, blah, blah. But actually a lot of nationalists in China took offence to it. They said, why are you not saying Happy Chinese New Year? And they were saying, why are you betraying your roots? And she deleted the post and put a new one up saying Happy Chinese New Year. So there's been a lot of reaction today in mainland China from people saying, how do you feel about this? But also a lot of reaction on Instagram from people saying, this is a bit suspicious.
Has she responded directly?
She's not responded, but yes, there's a lot of conversation on social media from people saying, or within mainland China, saying that they don't see anything wrong with it. They think it's fine. Chinese people in China can celebrate Chinese New Year, and she is Chinese. And some people have been posting pictures of Korean stars and Vietnamese stars saying Happy Korean New Year, Happy Vietnamese New Year. So they don't see a problem with it. It's continued on Instagram, which is interesting because it's blocked in China. So social media users within mainland China can't access Instagram, but a lot of people have been commenting on Instagram. They might be using VPN's piece of software in order to get beyond the Chinese firewall, and some have been leaving quite pithy comments saying, is she trying to still curry favour with China? Does she think she's going to get in trouble for this?
That was one that I was seeing, people saying that perhaps she wouldn't be welcome back into China if she hadn't changed the message.
Yes, exactly. And there's a lot of people discussing at the moment whether Chinese celebrities are getting nervous because there's been these recent messages that people have sent talking about New Year and that have been quite controversial. So yesterday there was a big storm about a US basketball player who posted a Happy New Year's message that went down quite badly.
I was watching this one actually, Kerry, just before I came to speak to you, and this is a video featuring NBA star JJ Redick. He was trying to wish a Happy New Year to NBA fans in China or NBA Chinese fans, but the way his wording went, and I will give our listeners a heads up that this is racial slur seen by many, the way it came across, because he changed the style of speaking halfway through, was using the word chink, which immediately began getting a furious backlash.
It did, yes. There was one social media user who speaks English, and he posted a video of himself watching the various NBA players. He sat there with his headphones on, looking at a computer, smiling as each basketball player says their message. And then when it gets to JJ Redick's, his expression just goes, what? And he starts explaining to Chinese users why this is offensive, because a lot of people in China don't actually know this word. They don't speak English. And so for them, they've been seeing that the word means a Chinese pig or a pig in general. And they've taken offence to this.
He also, the YouTube star, began editing it away and repeating it on loop over and over and over again.
Yes. And a lot of people live in China, because NBA is absolutely huge. They can watch it on CCTV. There's a sports channel that's dedicated to international sport that a lot of people watch basketball and are big fans. They were absolutely alarmed by this, and they were saying that he needed to apologise for his message, and he since has. He posted a message on Twitter apologising in English, and CCTV translated this into Chinese and said, this is what he said.
So both of those stories, people, I think, trying to wish a Happy New Year or a Happy Lunar Year or a Chinese New Year, but getting into trouble over it. Just how important is the Chinese New Year to Chinese identity?
It's absolutely massive. It's like Christmas in the West. It's the one big festival where people travel home, they go back and see their relatives. It's the only extended period of time, the largest extended period of time when Chinese people can actually book leave from work. And in the rundown, it's when people get their end of year bonuses, etc. So in a way, it's kind of like Christmas. It's also like the 31st of December. It's almost a kind of sign of a new start. So yes, people go home, they make wishes, say, oh, I'm going to lose weight this year, or I'm going to
resolutions.
Yes, it's extremely important. So yeah, this time of year, a lot of people take a step back, reflect on their lives, and kind of think about what they're going to do in the year ahead.
Meanwhile, in this part of the world, by the time the Lunar or Chinese New Year rolls around, the resolutions have gone out the window.
Oh gosh, yes.
That is Kerry Allen speaking to us from BBC Monitoring.